Yes, I agree, Reddit. It's a port. Hey everyone, and welcome back to part 3 of If Every Super Smash Bros. Ultimate character had an Echo Fire. This is the series where we go through the entire roster of the new Smash Bros. Game and give every single character their very own Echo Fire. Part 1, we did Mario through to Ness. Part 2, we did Captain Falcon through to Falco. And today, we're going to be doing Marth all the way through to Wario. That's pretty much all we have to say for this intro. There isn't really much to do. So leave a like, comment what Echo Fighters you'd like to see, and let's begin. So starting off today's episode, we have my Smash 4 main, my boy Marth. And before we start, can we just look at his render? Look how beautiful that render is. But unfortunately, Marth already has an Echo Fighter, so we won't really be talking about him that much. So we're just going to go Lucina. Obviously Lucina's already his Echo Fighter, so I don't really think we need to talk in depth about Marth anymore. Although, if we look on here, can we get a rip for Lyn? Lyn would have been an awesome Echo Fighter for either Lucina or Marth, and I don't know, I just would love to see Lyn in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, but it's a shame. But Lucina's good. Not as good as Lyn, but just what she's got. So Lucina is the Echo Fighter for Marth. Next up we have Young Link, and Young Link is another one of those characters I just can't think of anyone else for. I can't really think of a child sword-wielding Zelda kind of character. I can't really think of anyone else who is like that. So we don't really have anyone for Young Link, but as usual I think of a skin or something you could add to the character when we don't have an Echo Fighter. So for Young Link, I think instead of his bow, he should have the slingshot. Why does he have the bow? In Ocarina of Time, he uses the slingshot. It would be much cooler, and it would make Young Link much more unique if instead of charging the bow back, he just pulls the slingshot back instead, and it has exactly the same properties, just a completely different skin. I don't get why that hasn't been done to A, distinguish the Links, and B, make Young Link more like he was in Ocarina of Time. So my suggestion for Young Link is give him the slingshot. Next up we have the King of Evil himself, and all the Ocarina of Time design for Ganon, and using his swords in a smash attack looks so good in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. But I was wondering who could we have for Ganon's Echo Fighter, and there's no one really that different we could use. The only suggestion I have is using a different form of Ganon, so I've gone for what I think is the coolest. We're going to go for the Hyrule Warriors Ganon, you know, with his massive hair and his two swords. He can just hold the swords and punch with them and then use them in his smash attacks, but you know, he would work fine enough. Ganon isn't really one of those characters that needs an Echo, but I feel if he had to get one, it would be Hyrule Warriors Ganon. He's the coolest looking one. I think if there were to be another form of Ganon, we'd get Toon Ganon, kind of how we have Toon Link, but Hyrule Warriors Ganon is my pick. Now this is an obvious one right here. For Mewtwo, we're going to go for Shadow Mewtwo from Pokken Tournament. It's quite an obvious one. It's really cool. It's just a dark Mewtwo with this yellow thing going across here. I think it looks pretty awesome. It's what kind of attracted me to Pokken in the first place. But I don't really think this one is going to happen because of this skin right here. This skin is essentially just Shadow Mewtwo. To be honest, I think it looks awesome, and if I play Mewtwo, that's probably going to be the skin I use, aside from the blue one. But Shadow Mewtwo would be really cool, bit slower, bit more powerful. He's another Shadow on this list with Black Shadow. And again, like all the other Shadows we've had so far, slower, more powerful, he'd work over Mewtwo. So Shadow Mewtwo is my pick for number 24, Mewtwo. Now I know I said I wouldn't speak much about Echo Fighters that already exist, but this one is an exception. I played Marth in Smash 4. I actually prefer Roy. Well, I like them about the same, but I prefer how Marth plays. But I just like something about Roy's design and think his faster free-falling is cooler. The only reason I didn't play Roy was because the hilt of his sword is his strong point, and that's just very weird. You want to space people with swords, but you want to play Roy like a brawler, but he doesn't really have the frame data for it. So Marth was my favourite Fire Emblem character who was put in Smash, but he wasn't my favourite Fire Emblem character. And then, they went and did it. In the recent Nintendo Direct, they added my boy Chrom. And Chrom is an Echo Fighter of Roy, except it removes the two things I didn't like about him. His crappy up B, which doesn't really get you that far, and the hilt of his sword isn't his strong point, it's consistent like Lucina. Honestly, Chrom is in with a chance of being the best Fire Emblem character. Corrin got nerfed, Marth's looking strong, but Chrom is as well. He hasn't been playable in a demo, but a buffed Roy, can be looking quite scary, so I'm probably going to be maining Chrom, to be honest. He's looking like the one that interests me so far, but he's already an Echo Fighter, so Chrom is the Echo Fighter for Roy. I've been hearing people say, use Paper Mario for Mr. Game & Watch, but how ludicrous is that? That doesn't work at all. Game & Watch is a retro character made to represent the Game & Watch console and all the games on it. Why would Paper Mario work? They're both flat. That's the whole thing. Oh, they're flat. Let's make Lucina. Let's make Lucina an Echo of Mr. Game & Watch then. Yeah, let's do that. I don't understand where the Paper Mario thing comes from. But, to be honest, I think it's just people being desperate, because there is no one I can think of who could replace Mr. Game & Watch. He has a specific purpose and he's been tailor-made to represent that. So I don't really think there could be anyone else to replace him. No fit for Mr. Game & Watch. No matter what Smash Bros we're playing, especially Brawl, no matter what Smash Bros you're playing, especially Brawl, no matter what Smash Bros I'm playing, even Brawl, I can never quite get the hang of Meta Knight. I don't know why. All the games I feel his sword's too short and you don't really have any approach options, and then Brawl, that up B. I know once you get used to it, it's good, but how do you get used to that where you glide along? Oh, it's so complicated to use, so I just stay away from Meta Knight most of the times, and he's not really a cool enough character, and I haven't really been into the Kirby series that much to want to play him. But this Echo Fighter would make me want to play Meta Knight. I don't know who this is from the Kirby series, I've just heard people say it. Galacta Knight would be my pick for Meta Knight. Look at this man, he's pink with butterfly wings. What else is there to want? Next up, it's my boy from probably one of my favourite Nintendo games, Kid Icarus Uprising. We have Pit, but unfortunately we won't be talking that much about Pit today. He already has an Echo Fighter, so for number 28, Pit, we're going to go for Dark Pit. Ooh, next up we got my girl, it's Zero Suit Samus. Now, I couldn't really think of anyone to do Zero Suit Samus, but being the great person I am, I managed to pull through and think of someone. My Echo Fighter for Zero Suit Samus, now this is an interesting one, could be a skin, could actually be an Echo Fighter, is Other M. Samus Aran. Samus Aran. You know, just the cool costume she has in Other M. I know a lot of people don't like Other M, and she isn't really a cool character in Other M, but I think the costume is awesome, and it could just be another less athletic, slower, more powerful Echo Fighter. We could put over Samus, change the angles a bit, you know, just slow her game down a bit, but still have the up air strings and all the cool stuff like that. I don't really think there's much you could add to Zero Suit Samus to make her better. It's just a very high skill, high reward character. So, Other M. Samus Aran is my pick for Zero Suit Samus. And finally for this episode we have Mr. Number 30 himself. It is Wario, and I'm going to be honest with you, I have no one for Wario. So let's just talk about a newcomer I'd want to add, who's definitely in league with Wario. Waluigi, alright? He needs to represent the Mario Party, the Mario Kart, and the Mario Sports series, please. He would work so well doing that. There is nothing that would fit Waluigi better. He'd have so many cool costumes, they could even make a WarioWare costume for him. Come on! His moveset would fit perfectly in Smash, you know, with the tennis racket. They need to make a game with these two. Why haven't they done that? So, no fit for Wario, but put Waluigi in the game. By the way, if you want to hear more about what I think about Waluigi being in Smash, check out my Dream Roster video. That'll be at the top right now. So thank you all so much for watching part 3 of If Every Super Smash Bros. Ultimate character had an Echo Fighter. Be sure to comment down below what characters you would want to see as an Echo Fighter, what characters you want to see get an Echo Fighter, even if you don't know what they are, in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. While you're there, be sure to leave a like on the video and be sure to subscribe and check out some of the videos I will leave at the end of this video or just my whole Super Smash Bros. Ultimate playlist. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Go Beyond. Plus Ultra.